Hey YouTube, Alyssa Forever here. So for today's video, I wanted to show you guys how I take my old sweatshirts and make them into this cute little crop. I have a lot of hoodies and a lot of sweatshirts that I don't even wear anymore because they're just not cute to me. So I wanted to make them into something I'll actually wear. This tutorial is very beginner friendly, so if you've never made something on your own, I kind of walk through each step, so it's very detailed. So yeah, I'm probably going to do this to every single sweatshirt that I have because it's just so cute and it's versatile. Like, I don't gotta wear it all scrunched. I can wear it just like this. You know what I'm saying? I accidentally took this off. Let me try to put it back on. Hold on. Got it. Woo. So this was like a highly requested video for me, so I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you learned something new, you know what I'm saying? And let me know if you like DIY type videos like this from me, because I do these all the time. I just be sitting in this room creating. Do me a favor and please check to make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Yeah. Alright, so with that being said, let's just get right into the video. Come on. So to get right into it, I'm just going to put on the sweatshirt that I want to crop. This makes it easier for me to decide where to cut it. Once I decide approximately where I want my crop to be, I'm going to add another inch of fabric to that because we need a little wiggle room for what we're about to do. And then I'm going to take a water-soluble marker and put a line where I want to cut. So just to prepare my little work area, I like to take a cutting mat and use that underneath my project just so I don't mess up the table. Now I'm going to take a seam ripper and remove the pocket. As you can see, mine has been chewed up by Bash. But I probably should have removed the pocket before I marked where I want to cut. But hey, we're just rolling with the punches here. I told you I'm not perfect. I only really need to remove the top line of the pocket because the rest doesn't really interfere with the project. But once I get the pocket off, I can kind of get those loose threads off. The end of my seam ripper actually has this piece of rubber where I can kind of get them out easier. And since my cutting line is on the pocket, I'm going to have to try to mimic that line the best that I can. Just keep in mind, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just all for fun anyway. So my sweatshirt is wider than my cutting mat, but luckily I have two cutting mats. I'm going to put this underneath. That way I make sure I don't cut the table. And then I use this piece of like acrylic measuring thing to make sure that my cutting line is straight because I'm going to use this rotary cutter. I don't know, I just like to use it. I don't need to. You could use scissors, but I feel like I get a straighter line when I do this, even though you can kind of see the board slipping, and just ignore that. Once it's cut, I like to keep any scrap fabric that I have because I could use it for another project, and I'm actually going to use it to test the sewing machine before we get into that. But for now, I'm just going to flip the sweatshirt inside out. So I want to make sure that I maintain a 1-inch hem all the way around the perimeter of the sweatshirt. So I'm going to use this hem gauge and set it to 1 inch. I'm actually just now realizing that I'm using it wrong. I'm not supposed to fold the fabric over it. I'm supposed to just measure the outside of the hem. Same concept, I just made it a little bit harder on myself. But yeah, I'm just going to pin it in place and I'm just going to keep going all the way around the whole sweatshirt until it's fully pinned. And once again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't matter in the end. You just don't want to have like crooked ass lines and just weirdness going on. So this helps you keep it in order. And it also helps to fold the sweatshirt, like try to fold it into the shape of the hem just to keep everything flowing. If you're a perfectionist, you can always iron it. If you've never really dealt with these type of pins before, be very careful because you can like prick your finger and mess up your whole project with blood all on it. So just be careful. But once you get into the groove, it's pretty easy. Now that I have the whole thing pinned, I can move on to the sewing machine. If you don't have a sewing machine or you don't know how to use one, you can still do this. You can just hand sew it with a needle and thread. It'll just take you a little bit longer, but that's okay. Take your time, have fun with it. I want my thread to pretty much be invisible, so I'm just going to use white. Seems like the best, so as you can see me here, I'm threading the needle. So now that I got the white thread all hooked up, I'm going to take that scrap that I cut off the hoodie and just practice to make sure that the stitches look right, because sometimes one mistake with threading the needle, it can look all wrong and you don't want to just jump into your project. But my stitches looked good, so I'm going to just go ahead and jump right in. I've got my sewing machine on the most basic settings. I'm not doing anything special. I don't even know how to do no tricks on this thing yet. This is just a beginner stitch, and I think that no matter if you're using a sewing machine or you're hand sewing it, you're fine. Just make sure after you do your first 4 stitches, you reverse it and you go back over those stitches, 4 stitches, and then, you know, it kind of seals it in. I can't explain it, but that's just what you do, okay? So I just want you guys to know that I started my first stitch on the back under the right arm because the beginning stitches and the ending stitches kind of can look raggedy, you know, if you don't meet the lines up perfectly. So I like to put it in a place that you're not going to be able to see it. As you can see, I'm going really slow and I'm taking my time, and that's because I have not perfected a way to make sure that the line stays straight. I always go offline, go cricky, and this is going slow is the best way for me to keep it in line. But as you can see here, it's already starting to look really good and really professional, I think. Once you get all the way around, make sure you double back and do the reverse and go over those stitches again. You just want to make sure that these stitches don't come undone. Here's the finished product. I think it looks really good, and it doesn't need to be 100% perfect because you're not going to be able to tell in the end. This is on the inside of the sweatshirt what it looks like, and then when I flip it around, this is what it looks like on the outside of the sweatshirt. It looks really good, and like I probably bought it like this. So now I can flip it back right side out. Is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I'm going to flip it right side out. That way we can get to the fun part. So I need to make 2 holes where I'm going to put the string through, and I'm kind of measuring, you know, nothing perfect, but I'm kind of just trying to make sure it's a little bit in the middle. So I measured a little bit, used my water soluble marker, and I'm just going to make a small cut on the top layer of the fabric, not all the way through. Don't go all the way through. This is just so we can get inside of this little tube we made. I can't explain it any better than that. Just the top layer, girl. See, so it's like a little hole, but it doesn't go all the way through the back. And now I'm going to take this large eyelet kit, and this is what we're going to use to make the holes last longer. There's 2 different pieces in here, and it's kind of hard to tell them apart, but if you look really close, this one has a shorter mouth, and this one has a longer mouth. And when you put the shorter one into the longer one, you can tell which is the front and the back. This is the back because it has those little prongs showing, and this is the front because it looks all good and seamless. So basically, we're going to take the shorter mouth and put that inside the hole. Just like this, really nicely in the hole. And once that's nice and centered, we can take the bigger mouth, the longer mouth, and put that right inside like that. But it won't stay like this. You actually have to use the other tools that came in the kit. We'll use the little black rubber piece on the front of it, and then we'll take the little metal thing and put it on the back. So basically, you line up the grooves from the black rubber piece, and then you line up the grooves on this metal piece, and then you use a hammer gently to kind of seal it in place. Just make sure that you don't hammer too hard because we just want the eyelet to connect and close. We don't want to connect, like if you hammer too hard, the fabric from the back is going to get stuck and then you won't be able to stick a string through the hole. So you just want to be careful. See how it's kind of stuck a little bit and I have to pull it apart. That's why you want to be careful when you're hammering. And then repeat the exact same process on the other hole. It's easier once you've done it once and it's not scary at all. Just make sure to check my description box because I'm going to put a link to everything that I've used here today down there. So now that we've got our eyelets in, you can decide what kind of string you want to put through. You could take the string from the hood, because having multiple strings just hanging from this sweatshirt might look kind of weird. So you could take the strings from the hood and use it down there. Or you can use a shoelace. I use shoelace in all my other ones that I've made. It's totally up to you, but for this project, I want to use this elastic cord. I really love the way it looks and I think it'll look cool. So I'm going to take this and some safety pins. Well, I only need one safety pin and I'll pin it to the very end. This is going to help me string it through the hole and all the way around, because if I just stuck the string through, I'm not even gonna be able to get it all the way around, girl. So from here we can just stick it through the hole and kind of like inchworm it around. That's the best word I can come up with. I like that though. Inchworm it around. Look, see? Inch, inch, inch. So this will actually be my first time using the elastic. Like I said before, I only used shoelaces in all my other ones because I didn't have anything else. But I really like the concept of this, and I might start using the elastic in all my other projects that I do. But anyway, once we get all the way around, you can pull it through. If you're using the string from the hoodie or you're using the shoelace, you could always just end it here. Put it on and tie it up and you're ready to go. But Alyssa got to be a little extra. So I'm going to tie these up so it doesn't go back through the hole. And then I'm going to put it on. And now with the hoodie on, I can kind of tell how long I want this elastic to be and everything. So I'm going to untie it and then cinch it to my desired cinchedness, how tight I want it to be. And I think using this elastic is going to make this crop a little bit more comfortable, because with that shoelace, it's really stiff and strong, almost like you're wearing a corset or something. And with this, it's stretchy and it's comfortable. I like it. So yeah, once I decide my desired tightness, I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot towards the end of the string. I don't want too much of the string hanging out, and that's why I do it like this. But I really feel like doing this process other than using a shoelace makes it look more professional, like I bought it at the store. So now we can cut the excess, and if hopefully your knot that you made is small enough to fit through the eyelet hole, but we want that to be hidden. Try to put the hole kind of towards your back, on your back if possible, just kind of inchworm it around again. And now I'm going to take these clear cord stops. They have all different types of colors, but I want clear because I don't really want you to see it, and just put it through the loop, on the loop, like that. But this is just me being extra. I really love how it looks though, and people do ask me like, where'd you get that? And I'm like, girl, I made this. And they look at it like, no, you didn't. But yes, look at how professional it looks. But now I can make it as tight as I want. I could also fold under the little like elastic piece so you can't see that, or I could just leave it sticking out. It's up to you. But here's the finished look. I'm loving it. This is the style that I probably will rock forever. I'm going to do this to all my hoodies, because there's a lot of hoodies I don't even wear anymore just because it's not my style now. So I hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial. If you guys want to recreate this, make sure you post a picture on Instagram, because I want to see. Use the hashtag AlyssaForever so I can check it out. And that's how you do it. And it turns out so dope. I bet people will think this is so professional looking, but it was really just the most easiest thing I've ever done in my life. As you can see, I got my whole sneaker collection behind me because sis is a sneakerhead, and sis finna start doing some sneaker vids for y'all. Look out for that soon. Sneaker Bay coming to a screen near you. Ew, I'm so corny. Ew. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you at my next upload. Bye! Oh wait, don't forget to like this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment below what you think. You know, let's talk. Let's. Anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video for real. Bye.